This is from a work in progress called Pinch from the Inside, and just keep in mind this takes place in 1999, and it's about a 15-year-old trans boy who never had a birth certificate. I'm going to read 2 different chapters. They're short, don't worry. 20 words or less. That's how much space I was given to describe the reality of my true self before I was allowed to post in my first entry on this thing, a bio required for an anonymous online journal. Get over yourself, Diaryville. I almost blew you off right then and there, committing myself to a life of murdering trees in honor of private self-expression for all eternity. Then I remembered how paper deceived me last time. It was an emotional turn of events I could have lived without, involving several notebooks, which I now refer to as the paper trail from hell. Completely my fault, of course. I should start from the beginning. I need to start from the beginning. Not as far back as to my first day on Earth, where I was pooped out of my mom in a faraway state, screaming like a naked idiot. I'm talking about the start of 0, my real beginning. I've never not kept a journal. As soon as I realized what they were, I was all in. An invisible friend where you can share your secrets without hurting anyone's feelings or humiliating yourself in the process. Don't mind if I do. Up until now, I've always used notebooks. Single subject, spiral bound, crinkled from rolling them into a tube, then flattening it over and over. But after my 14th birthday, when Gran found my hoardings of ace bandages and thought I was hiding a broken ankle before she realized what was up, there was a shift in the house. Gran graduated from annoying caretaker to full-fledged snoop, looking for deep meaning in everything I did. I guess that was the turning point when shit got weird for her and she had to dig into my stash of private ramblings and basically read multiple freaking autobiographical novellas of my life. Apparently, my experience on this dingy globe is a real page turner. To a 65-year-old single lady, I'm nonstop entertainment. Okay, so fast forward now, he's on a road trip trying to find his birth certificate, trying to figure out where he was born. And this chapter is called On My Back in Missoula, Montana. By the time the bus finally dumped me off in Montana, the sun had been doing its thing for about 5 hours or so. The air was clean with sky to match. I laid flat on my back, sunglasses on, a bag wrapped around each appendage, splayed out on the asphalt surface used for unloading passengers. Everyone had cleared out pretty quick. Not even a bus was left in the station. For the first time in days, I felt completely alone. Riding in, the town looked empty. Not much of a town as it was wide land. Green in the distance, enough cars to make everything look spread out. I took a deep breath. Tasted clean that gave me the creeps. Like the air could read my mind and was trying to tell me a secret at the same time. Maybe Montana air knew I was comparing it to big city suburb smog and was secretly laughing at me. This is what America really smells like, not like that hellhole where you grew up, Montana air was trying to say. Maybe you can't prepare yourself for the smell of your real hometown, and that's why I had the chills. Well, fingers crossed this is my real hometown. After checking Nebraska off the short list of 2, I had to assume that this was the state where I took my first breath. My mind spun back to Brandon, his story. I'd forgotten about Brandon for a few hours, but laying on the ground with eyes closed brought his face back to my head, brought the knot back into my stomach, and made the lowest part of my neck ache like I knew something I shouldn't. I rolled onto my side and unzipped the front pocket of my JanSport to take out that article again. I unfolded it and settled into my obsession. I realized Brandon looks like me, if you squint. We've gone through similar pain, but no need to squint. He died being himself. His family didn't care. Now there's a movie about his life, centered around his death, and his family still doesn't care. The newsprint, black and white, was turning a smudged gray. I looked at the picture of the actress who played Brandon in the film on the left, and I compared it to the boy on the right. The actress's haircut looked severe, not relaxed like Brandon's. Her haircut looked forced, like a bad bold cut you'd get as a punishment, like Jim Carrey's bangs in Dumb and Dumber. The picture on the right shows the real Brandon giving a cool smirk, my kind of young Elvis. His hair was short and natural. Brandon didn't look like a girl pretending. He was one of the guys. I shivered at the thought of a life kept secret. I wondered what happiness looked like for Brandon. I wrapped my left hand around my right wrist and gave it a squeeze. How do I fit into all of this? I dug my nails in. I want to tell someone about Nebraska, the feelings, the questions, but then I realized I have one job right now. Keep it inside. Move with caution from point A to point B. Get to Missoula's City Hall and apply for my birth certificate. Take out the clunky yearbook and the student ID. Prove to the person at the counter I exist. Get the notarized piece of paper and make it official so I can rip it up and start from scratch again.